Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the 4th week of January, so let's get started. The first-person survival horror game Silver Chains has a strong emphasis on story and exploration. Search for clues within the old manor to unravel the truth about the terrible events that transpired before your arrival. Enjoy a photorealistic and detailed experience, bringing the interior to the manor to life even if everything within it isn't. Story exploration and puzzle action sequences help unravel the mysteries lurking around the dark where no place is ever safe to hide. Originally launched in 2012, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning has received several updates and re-releases over the years. A revamped Switch version is set to launch on March 16th, allowing players to build their ideal character with tons of skills, abilities, weapons, and armor sets to choose from. Enjoy streamlined combat, tons of lore to explore, people to talk to, friends to make, and enemies to dispose of, on top of the all-important people to romance. All the previously available DLC will also be included. Originally rated in several European nations and then listed in the official Nintendo website, Republic is seemingly set to launch on Switch next month. This stealth action game lets you take full control of Hope, a woman being held captive inside the Metamorphosis, a shadowy totalitarian state run by the Overseer. Hack into their network to distill their secrets and begin your long journey to freedom in thrilling stealth action gameplay. Comprised of two elements, accelerating action segments followed by cutscenes depicting the inner perspectives of the two main heroine pilots, Wings of Darkness is a 3D flight shooter focusing on gorgeous visuals with high-octane combat. Hostile invaders known as Blankers have compromised the planet. Do your absolute best to shoot down every single one of their ships to rid of the pending threat to return to what was once considered a normal life. Nuts is a single-player squirrel surveilling mystery game set in the remote depths of Melmoth Forest. As a field researcher, you'll carefully place cameras during the day and watch the footage at night, tracking the movements of the furry critters. Where do they hide their nuts? What routes do they take and what could they be possibly hiding? Enjoy a relaxing, intimate experience with full voice acting and vivid, contrasting visuals. Curved Space takes the classic twin-stick shooter formula and plunges it into the deepest, weirdest reaches in space. Battle giant enemy spiders across the curved landscape where your bullets will hug the terrain and gravity is king. Inspired by arcade classic shooters, use precision controls that map 2D gameplay onto a 3D surface with a synthwave soundtrack to match each of the intense action-packed levels. Extraterrestrials from outer space have arrived on our planet, bringing promises of a new bright future to Earthlings. The Vega Corporation has other plans and they teamed up with the aliens to enslave humanity instead. Squadron 51 rises as a response against the violence and vile crimes committed against humanity in a shmup with a classic cinematic look and feel. Save the world from aliens and ourselves when it launches later this summer. Late last year, we caught wind that Corpse Party Blood-Covered Repeated Fear will be set to launch on Switch. This past week, Maze revealed that we'll finally get our hands on this 3D remaster on February 18th. Sadly, it'll only be sold digitally, and as of now, there's no word on a Western release. The successful Kickstarter project for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue HD is well underway, and the Switch version has been fully funded, promising motion controls, tons of visual and engine upgrades with dynamic shadows, enhanced textures, higher fidelity and particle effects, on top of an all-new hardcode mode that promises to test your metal and platforming skills accordingly. Awaken to a surreal realm of dream logic as Nova, the newest appointed cleaner. Go forth into a beautiful yet bizarre world that requires a certain balance in order to keep going. Explore expansive 3D landscapes inspired by PS1 era lo-fi visuals, take on many forms and shapeshift to match the task at hand, and take on GBA pixel art looking dungeons whenever the opportunity arises, when Anodyne 2 Return to Dust launches on February 18th. Speed Limit is a non-stop genre-wrapping arcade experience that never slows down. No cuts, no lapses, just chaos. Relive old-school action boiled down to the core element that are fast travel, quick reflexes, and no time to react. Each side-scrolling level has something new, be it a car chase, acrobatics, flying dogfights, and anything in between. The fun doesn't stop when you finish the game. The Endless mode will offer even more non-stop challenges post-game. Scour the unknown in the search for the source of infinite milk with your civilization's last spaceship and Moonlander. Discover secrets, solve puzzles, fight challenging enemies, and tame the mightiest of cows. Each level has a new set of traversal challenges and enemy types to undertake. Everything has been handcrafted to keep you moving with a fast and clear objective goal that you can always either take on alone or with a friend via co-op. Summer Pockets Reflection Blue is set to launch on Switch this summer in Japan. This enhanced version of the game includes a brand new set of routes for Umi, Miki, Shizuku, and a brand new heroine called Shiki. A whole new set of life scenes, branching routes, and even story dialogue options for existing routes are being included, on top of a table tennis minigame that are all set to encompass this brand new version. The fish planets are being threatened by a strange shadowy creature in the world of TOHU. Full of quirky and challenging tasks to overcome, deal with each eccentric character as no two are ever the same. Your unique abilities give you the chance to puzzle solve like no other while limiting your options. Swap between characters to find the appropriate way to handle each of the tasks. The old school Game Boy style action game Timothy and the Mysterious Forest is taking a huge inspiration from games like Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, along its meta narrative, stealth systems, and action combat. Timothy wants nothing more than to save his grandfather, so investigates the rumor of an old legend seeking a cure that will take him on a massively long and unexpected journey. Daedalic Entertainment is bringing together both the Dark Eye Chains of Satinav and the Dark Eye Memoria to the Switch on January 27th. In Chains of Satinav, you play as a birdcatcher Geron, tasked with catching a suspicious set of crows that are plaguing the lands. In the sequel Memoria, you pick up the story from Geron, as is now tasked with lifting a curse threatening not just his life, but time and space itself. Puzzle and action combine for a nice arcade mix-up and Magic Twins, set to delight lovers of classics like Puzzle Bobble with a single-player story and full co-op support. Abra and Kadabra challenge the rules of the Witchcraft School and in doing so put the whole world in peril. Two players work together in a cooperative manner using their powers to color accurately clean the board and move on to the next set of challenges. Tunnel of Doom is an action roguelike hybrid that mixes tower defense with melee and ranged combat. Each map is randomly generated as you guide an angel on a quest to rescue her husband. Gather resources, discover perks, and make use of everyday items as you come across them to rid of the monster waves threatening your journey as you reach your conclusion. Join forces with Nika and get controls of a mech unit to bring an end to anything not cool enough and Colossus down. Manage resources during combat as you execute endless hordes with innumerable challenges to undertake and raise the stakes. Each of the 18 levels have something new to offer and a way to interact with the world. Fantasy Network is a Metroidvania game with a social media twist. Explore Halua and chat with hand-drawn characters that are larger than life to discover the story that runs deeper than you may seem. Check out bustling towns, get to know the locals and those online, where gossip is the #1 way to find out the newest trends and the hottest gear to obtain. Promising fast-paced turn-tactical RPG battles, no random encounters, and a deep complex skill tree tailored to your currently equipped armor sets with tons of traversal options, Chained Echoes is an RPG from Deck 13 that is currently being in production. The team is hoping to release it later this year. The colorful and enthralling platformer Catch is an over-the-top cartoonish in nature with anthropomorphic animals as protagonists. Catch the cat loves to watch TV and chill, and doesn't stay out of trouble for too long. His journey is full of friends and fun that's not always going according to plan. A poor squire dreams to attend and conquer the kingdom's jousting tournament, but because he's poor he can't afford a horse. However, a unicycle happens to be quite affordable, so his journey begins in Balancelat. Take on mythical monsters and other warriors alike, putting your jousting skills to the test as you meddle with unlikely combatants. In each of the levels, the goal is never foreign, colorful galore. Sure, the path is tough, but the maze can also be solved. Just pick a color and a direction and avoid the walls not matching your color. It's easy at first, but the 50 or so stages contained within raise the challenges just enough that it'll keep you starting all over again. And that's what the game announcements we'll be covering this week. The Pokemon Company decided to not just claim one of my recent videos, but flat out put a strike on my channel for covering the leaks in Pokemon Unite. I'm currently working in the process of fighting it, but it doesn't surprise me in the least that these companies abuse the copyright system to unjustly put out strikes on channels that cover information that they don't want users to know. I'm not really upset or even surprised, since honestly this is the tactic that they've applied to other channels in the past, but it does affect my channel exposure by a lot. I've seen my views drop significantly, and the suggestion feed views basically all but disappeared because of it. So we'll probably expect a few less videos on my end as a result, as I basically wait to get a resolution. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!